plant that can fuel every engine you own. Diesel truck, gasoline car, generator, tractor, lawnmower, every single one. And the Amish in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, are growing it right now, legally, in the same fields their ancestors planted 300 years ago. After the last video, many of you asked the same question, what about my gasoline engine? I heard every one of you, and the answer changed everything I thought I knew about fuel. Because this one plant does not produce one fuel, it produces two, one for diesel engines, one for gasoline engines, no modifications to the vehicle, no special parts, no trip to a mechanic. And in 2010, the University of Connecticut proved something with a single number that the oil industry wishes you had never seen. 97%. And when you understand what that number means, you will know exactly why this plant was made illegal in 1937. But before we get there, I need to tell you about a document from 1937 that erased this plant from American life for 80 years. About 4 men whose names you already know, and about 2,000 fuel stations that vanished from the Midwest in the same year the law was signed. Stay with me. Even if you already own a house, even if you have never planted a seed in your life, even if you rent your land, because what the Amish showed me about this plant works on a 1/4 acre with a shed and a pickup truck. The first time I drove through East Hempfield Township outside Lancaster, I almost missed the sign, Hempfield. I figured it was just one of those old Pennsylvania place names that nobody thinks about anymore. I drove another 20 minutes to meet an Amish farmer a friend of mine had told me about. His name was Reuben. Quiet man, strong handshake, said about 4 words in the first 10 minutes. Then he walked me to the back of his barn, pulled a glass jar off a shelf, and poured something that looked like cooking oil into a small diesel tractor. The engine turned over on the first try, no hesitation, no cough, no black smoke. I stood there for 15 minutes waiting for it to stall. It never did. And when I asked him where he bought the fuel, he looked at me like I had asked the dumbest question in Lancaster County. He pointed to a field behind the barn. I grew it, he said. That was the moment everything changed for me. The plant is hemp, industrial hemp, cannabis sativa. And I need to be clear about something right now, because the confusion between hemp and marijuana was manufactured on purpose. Industrial hemp contains less than 0.3% THC. That is the psychoactive compound. You could smoke an entire bale of industrial hemp and feel nothing but a sore throat. The 2018 Farm Bill made it federally legal to grow, process, transport, and sell industrial hemp anywhere in the United States. It is as legal as corn, as legal as soybeans, as legal as wheat. But for 80 years before that federal bill, hemp was treated the same as a narcotic. And the reason had absolutely nothing to do with anyone getting high. It had everything to do with fuel and money. And 4 men who had more of both than anyone else in America. Let me start with what one plant actually does, because once you understand this, the rest of the story will make you angry. Hemp seeds contain roughly 30 to 35% oil by weight. That oil can be extracted with a simple cold press, the same kind of press people use for olive oil or sunflower oil. Once you have the oil, it can be converted into biodiesel through a basic chemical process called transesterification. You mix the hemp seed oil with methanol and a small amount of lye, which acts as a catalyst. The mixture reacts. It separates into 2 layers. The top layer is raw biodiesel. The bottom layer is glycerin, which you can use to make soap. You wash the biodiesel with water, let it dry, and it is ready to pour into any diesel engine ever manufactured. Not a modified engine, not a special engine, any diesel engine. Because the diesel engine was never designed to run on petroleum in the first place. Rudolf Diesel built his engine in the 1890s in Germany. He filed his patent on the 28th of February 1892. His paper was titled Theory and Construction of a Rational Heat Engine to Replace the Steam Engine. He called it a compression ignition engine. The fuel he envisioned was plant oil. In 1900, he demonstrated his engine at the World Exposition in Paris. The French government had asked him to run the engine on peanut oil from their African colonies. He did. The engine ran so quietly, so smoothly, that